I know that we all haven't had the pleasure to discover the most magical treasure that could be depicted as a man who would give his hand to blind shepherds in need. Because this is a man who is free of greed, or the unquenchable thirst that may perpetually bleed like the crimson liquid that flows through me, and to let this man know that his gracious ways will bring kings to their knees and angels to sing. Because my Father is that man. My Father is that man with hands like weathered paws, where each cut and scrape portrays not his flaws, but more or less draws on the fact that he sacrificed so much so that our family could keep in touch. Because for us, he was the unbreakable crutch, stronger than a titanium tower, holding the weight of the world with the most humble power. My Father is the man of the biggest stature, who could shake off the most severe bone fracture with duct tape and a tube of glue, which showed me those vivid life lessons that most never knew. Because I thought I knew it all, as most teens did. I would flip my lid and destroy the grid to think he would ever forbid those taboo actions that he wished I never did. At the time I resented it. I think it's the way he presented it with that clenched jaw and that stern look. But I gotta say, his parenting wasn't from a book or from a Dr. Phil speech, or even a spy giving up facts that would breach the written word that most scholarly books could never teach. He was the strongest man that I know, inside and out. And without a doubt, he could foresee my actions through his crystal ball, which reminded me to walk tall. Dust it off if I may fall, and to stay positive, because one day I could have it all. My Father worked so hard to give his kids all they wanted, knowing that he never had that as a youngster. For that I am haunted. His success is never exaggerated or flaunted, but what can I do to show the greatest appreciation to the man who never thought twice about the deviation? As his fans stood in ultimate fascination, hoping that we gave him the simulation. And I'm talking about the friends and family that looked up to this man, not because he towered like a redwood, but because for us he believed and understood. From head to toe, my Father could go to blows with his words or fists, and I know that you're getting the gist, but I want this hard-working man to enjoy life like a martini with a twist. His lessons taught like a teacher, and morals delivered like a preacher, and told me to never be that creature who floats through the night, lurking in the alleys and deserted valleys, ready to prey on the weak. My Father taught me to never live outside my means, enjoy the soccer fields of green, to never be malicious or mean, but mean what you say. And I know these words to be true because my Father's hair, well, it's got a subtle tint of gray. My Father permeates that muscle, will bring dawn to dusk, love to lust, and popcorn from his husk, because his love comes from within. Underneath that heart-melting grin, he lives neither for in for your sin, but for that love. I try to keep it short and sweet. This isn't music. I don't need a beat. All I need is my Father. You can call him the one-man fleet, taking the globe on his back like Atlas, who carried the world with its imperfections, which led to his life-taught lessons. I know we're not perfect, but we can make those small corrections that influence the fact that love conquers all. Love conquers all because it can be felt by the one man who provided it all. The one man who supported us all. And the one man that I'm so goddamn lucky to forever call my Father. I got one more at the end.
Alright, we got a couple more coming up. I think Ben has